about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward.
Boom! That is fucking sexy. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the latest episode of the AEW Dynamite review show, hosted by your boy TK, as always, right here on the Bloodline Entertainment Network. And hey, before I plug what we do, like I just said, damn, that was sexy. I got to give my boy Nick Dieterding from the Universal Wrestling Podcast mad love, mad credit. This background, this overlay is hot, and that video was fucking hot, man. Like, damn, Nick, appreciate it greatly. You know what else was hot? AEW Dynamite tonight. I enjoyed AEW Dynamite mightily, and you know, usually when I do these things, I'm not alone, and I'm not alone tonight. I got a guest, a special guest. I'm gonna go ahead and bring him in right now. My guy, Tino from Tino's Time. What's good, stud?
Hey, thank you, man. I appreciate you having me on. I know it was kind of last minute, but I'm always ready to come on a live stream.
Bro, I know you are, dude. I know you are, man.
Mr. No Days Off over here. Whenever somebody asks, I'm like, let's go.
Dude, you're all around. I always call Justin and Bakley the podcast whores that are out there. I wouldn't really call you a podcast whore, though, because you can find this man right here on his channel live, like 24/7.
Hey,
like the hardest worker in the game.
Appreciate
Monday,
it, man.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. If it's going, this man is
I
live.
just tell people if they want to know where I'm at, just go on YouTube and find me because I'm usually live. It doesn't matter. There's always something on, especially with baseball and football now starting, fantasy almost soon. So.
Yes, dude. You do a great job with the Southside boys as well.
Hey,
you know,
I appreciate that.
I got my Southside. My wife's a Cubs fan. You know, we got the house, but we'll cover this while you're on.
Yeah,
right?
There we go. See, that's better. It's starting to look a little brighter. I know this is an AEW Dynamite show, but I mean, Sox are only 4 games out right now. I feel a little better. It's not the end of the world. People are jumping off of cliffs.
Yes, dude. Yes, man. Hell yeah, for
Dynamite,
sure.
Man, it was good. Sorry, I was a little late. My TV was like a couple minutes off. I'm like, people are like, good night, and JayWhite's about to do his finisher. I'm like, oh, okay. Well,
dude, no rush, man. I was gonna get going. I'm gonna do the rundown as we do. Then you and I are gonna play some Topic Battle Royal, talk about what we want to talk about.
Hey,
but what we're doing here, like you said, AEW Dynamite review show. Like and subscribe to the Bloodline Entertainment Network right here. If you're watching, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Go over to Tino's channel, hit that like button on all his videos. Hit that subscribe button to Tino's Time. And hey, like I always say, you don't just need to watch us. If you want to listen, type Bloodline Entertainment Network into your Google bar. You can find us on Spreaker, Spotify, Apple Music, everywhere else you can find audio. And when you do that, where else are we? BloodlineNetwork.com, your home for sports, wrestling, entertainment, all our videos, all our audio, everything we do under one roof. So Tino, my dude, I'm gonna run this show down really fast, all right? And
as fast as they do it on Dynamite, bro. I don't know. Sometimes I gotta pause it to see what's going on next. I'm like, slow down.
Yo, June is fucking insane, and we're gonna talk about that, man. It's nuts. So I'm gonna do a quick rundown on this show, and then me and you are gonna talk really quick, man. I want to give it just the chat. Big fucking shouts, throw my ones up to the chat for sure. Faction Cast in the house, Scissor Me Daddy, Broadcast, Ben Buster.
What's up, guys?
Yes, man.
What's up,
bro?
Up,
saying what up to your boy Tino?
Justin. What's up, Justin?
Justin.
Clark. Everybody's here tonight, guys.
Chief, my boy.
We're bringing everybody in.
My Ivan. Oh, I'm so glad you're okay. Poppy, glad you're here, baby. Glad you're here. Circle of Debate. Hey, if you're an MMA fan, the MMA show is going live right after us, 10 Central Standard Time. But yo, let's rip this show right quick because I really enjoyed this show. And I'm going to talk to Tino and get his take on it. So we started with OrangeCassidy against Swerve Strickland. Orange defeated Swerve in a really fun match, man. We got hella DDTs from Swerve, a tornado DDT from the stairs to the outside. That was awesome, dude. A mad flurry of offense from Swerve on the inside until Prince Nana got involved. Swerve accidentally hit Prince Nana, so Orange hits an orange punch, beach break, only for a 2. Orange goes for the tope to the outside. Swerve catches him, hits him with a nasty brainbuster on the outside. House call from Swerve. Swerve stomp, only for 2. We get a series of roll-ups. Swerve goes for the tights. I feel like we just seen this with Roos and Jungle Boy, but Swerve goes for the tights. OrangeCassidy follows up, grabs the tights for the 1, 2, 3. Swerve's pissed off. Mogul Embassy comes out. They go to attack OrangeCassidy after the match. The lights go out. And what happens? Tino, what happens? It's Sting! Hey. You know exactly what happens. And there's Sting and there's Darby with the black bats. And, the Mogul Embassy ran away. They said they're smarter than that. Great opener. Bryan Danielson comes out on commentary. We get a nasty Bryan Danielson versus Kazuchika Okada video package promo. Oh my God, I cannot wait for Okada.
Bro, Dad, I'm so excited.
Dude, so pumped in this
promo. I just when that first came out, I was like, is that real? Is that from last year? I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, what's going on here?
Real, baby, real. They announced it at Dominion Saturday night, Sunday morning. Fucking huge surprise right after that BCC versus Chaos match for the IWGP 6-man championships. It was fucking awesome. But let's keep this show rolling. As I said, we just had BCC over in Japan at Dominion this past weekend. The announcers sold that. They were jet lagged, and they had the atmosphere of Denver was supposed to be getting them. Chaos pretty much dominated BCC all match. They attacked them before the match, and really the better part of the match. It was kind of wild. But at the end of the day, Claudio hits a nasty fucking uppercut on Trent as he went to do a moonsault to the outside. Mox locks Rocky Romero in a bulldog choke. Wheeler Yuta's hitting a fucking nasty fucking Basako flying knee on Chucky. Then he hits him with the anvil and hammer. Elbows him. Elbow after elbow after elbow. Match rings because Rocky Romero taps out. Elbow after elbow after elbow. We get the Hung Bucks on the screen. They challenge the BCC to a match next week. The Hung Bucks. Yep, the Hung Bucks, baby. Adam Page and the Young Bucks. That's what they call them, the Hung Bucks.
I love it.
Yep, you got them on the screen. They challenge Mox, Claudio, and Wheeler, and they say, let's see if they can do it without their daddy, Bryan. Ooh. So that'll be interesting.
Oh,
now we got like the segment of the night. This was fucking incredible, bro.
Oh, my God.
MJF comes out for a promo, and instantly it's always like, MJF, all right, same old shtick, right? Let's see what he's going to do, same old stalling and dance. I had like this weird feeling that it was going to be AdamCole that came out, and then just a minute into it, boom, baby, AdamCole comes out. And MJF shows him some respect at first. He says that, he was an AdamCole fan. When CMPunk left wrestling, he thought he lost his wrestling fandom until he saw young AdamCole in ROH. He put him over as Shawn Michaels' right-hand man. He says he was the best champion that company has ever had, and that is undisputed. I was like, damn, he just went. And then what he did was he went all fucking AdamCole on Karrion Kross, right? So he just put AdamCole over like crazy. And then he went and he flipped a fucking complete bitch and goes a 180 and went fucking AdamCole on Karrion Kross. He runs down how AdamCole's got a pathetic body and how pale he is, how he's a gamer and doesn't care about wrestling anymore. He says they gave him a reality TV show. They put him in the ring with his woman. And he says, you know what they need to do to put him over? Put him in the fucking ring and ring the goddamn bell. He says AdamCole is only in AEW because Vince McMahon didn't want him and didn't want to put him over.
And when he said Vince, I was like, damn.
Yeah, dude. And not only did he say Vince, he said he's a big fan of Vince McMahon as well, which fucking popped me. Crowd wasn't feeling that. But AdamCole just goes all Karrion Kross. He cut the exact same fucking promos. And then there's AdamCole's turn. And he did a nice job as well. He says MJF sounds like a toxic social media troll. He asks what his obsession with others' relationships are. He pulled the fiance card again on how she just left him. Says he's a world-class douchebag. He says Max can't touch him. He says they both should go backstage. This was the best part. He says they both should go backstage and piss in a cup because we'll see who's natural and who's not. Talking about whose body. And I was like, damn, okay. He says he may have been a bad guy in the past, but everyone respects him in the locker room. At least nobody respects Max, and they all know it. Max gets fucking all sorts of worked up, dude, and screams in his fucking face. At one point, he even dropped the fucking Keith Lee line on him and said, aren't you supposed to go manage Keith Lee? And then Max goes, you know what, screw this. I will fight you any place, anywhere, anytime. And we will talk about that momentarily. So that was cool. We had a wild fucking match between Jungle Boy, Jack Perry, and Hook. They defeated LFI's Jalisco and Preston Vance. Preston Vance got all sorts of fucking busted up, nasty fucking bleeding in this match. Jalisco had his mask half ripped off. Hook fucking jacked Preston Vance in the face with this fucking huge like metal chain, like nasty chain, though, like big chain. And then Jungle Boy cracked his ass hard with a steel chair over his head. And I mean hard, like scary hard. Hook hits him with a T-bone through 2 tables on the outside. Jose, the assistant, gets involved. Hook fucking gets him in his submission. Jungle Boy gets Jalisco in the snare trap after hitting him with a DDT on the chair, and that's all she wrote. That match was surprisingly fun. Like, I really enjoyed that match. All I was waiting for, Tino, and I'm sure you were too, was for Jungle Boy to turn on Hook after that match, right? When he was standing there.
I was waiting for something. I was definitely waiting for something to happen, but
yeah, I'm
sure probably I feel like with AEW we always think it always happens a week too early, we think. So like it's like next week. I've noticed like they've kind of been doing that where we think it's gonna happen and then the following week it happens. So
yeah, I can see that. That's gonna happen sooner than later, and I'm sure we're gonna get Jack Perry versus Hook because he's gonna do away with that Jungle Boy persona, and I'm down with that. We got, let's see what we got. The Tony Khan announcement, AEWCollision, the main event. It's not going to be CMPunk versus Samoa Joe, which is very smart. This way you don't have to, well, we'll talk about it. It's JayWhite, Juice Robinson, and Samoa Joe taking on CMFTR in the Collision main event. Love it. Don Callis and Konosuke Takeshita come out. They defeat a local talent. Takeshita defeats him, obviously, not Callis.
Don Callis.
Yeah, right. Callis gets on the mic after the match, talks about how KennyOmega is a cancer and how his family, this was the line, his family are going to cut the elite out of AEW for good. So he mentioned his family last week, or I think it was on commentary or whenever he turned on Omega. He said his family, he's not joining the BCC. He's going to have his own stable. His family. I'm intrigued with what that is. Unfortunately, we're backstage after a commercial. Christian Cage is back there. Says he's the uncrowned TNT champion. Says he fucking is going to make Arn Anderson suffer. So Luchasaurus laid out Brock Anderson. Why the fuck is this still going? Who cares? Followed it up with a TBS championship match. Kris Statlander, baby. Love seeing this belt on TV being defended against Anna Jay, who's out there with Daddy Magic. Listen, Anna Jay's been progressively getting better with her wrestling, and she looked pretty damn good in this match. She held most of the offense in this match, actually. Daddy Magic was fucking hilarious as always, dude. It's great to see Statlander back on our TVs weekly. Like, it is fantastic. We got a long commercial break after some serious Anna Jay offense.
Commercials.
Like, dude, such a fucking long commercial break. I'm sitting there like, come on, man. We only get one women's match. We got a 4-minute commercial. Like, this is when you put the longest commercial on. Jesus, but let's go.
That's how they plan it too. They do it that on purpose.
Like every fucking week. I know, dude. It's awful. But we come back, stats on the offense, couple big hits, big power slam. Taya Valkyrie's in the back watching on the monitor. She's pissed as fuck. Anna Jay hits a dope reverse Alabama slam on her for a 2. It was a really sick move. Go check it out if you can see it. Stat with a sick discus lariat. Anna Jay locks her in the Queen Slayer. Stat reverses it. She hits her with a nasty lariat neckbreaker combination. Jumping tombstone. 1, 2, 3. That's all she wrote. Good, fun match. Both women looked fantastic, both in the ring and. Anyways, let's get to the main event. You got JayWhite versus RickyStarks. Good back and forth match. They fought inside the ring. They fought outside the ring. It's like 15 minutes. They gave it time. JayWhite's got the best Uranagi in the business, period. RickyStarks has got a fucking nasty spear, period. JayWhite gets the win, though, after the Guns interfere, maybe on behalf of Bullet Club Black and Gold. We don't know. We had been thinking Black and Gold's going to get new members, and maybe it is Austin and Colton Gunn. And
the Colton boys.
That's all, the ass boys. And that's all they wrote on the show. Tino, you asked what we got next week because they run it down so fast. Listen to this show for next week. We got MJF versus AdamCole in an eliminator match. I mean, what the fuck? We got BCC against the Hung Bucks. Dope. We got Mogul Embassy against Keith Lee, OrangeCassidy, Darby Allin, and Sting in an 8-man tag. And we got Tony Storm taking on the winner of a fatal 4-way between Sky Blue, DMD, Mercedes Martinez, and Nyla Rose for the AEW Women's Championship, which I pretty much guarantee is going to be Sky Blue, because you've been talking about her a lot. But, Tino, This is the first time you've been on my show.
No.
What I like to do is play Topic Battle Royal, okay? And now that we let the people know what happened on the show, we can just sit back for the next 35 minutes and talk about what we want to talk about. So I'm going to throw it to you, as I always throw it to my guests. We can talk about a plethora of things. We got the AEW Collision main event with CMPunk and FTR against Samoa Joe, JayWhite, and Juice Robinson. AdamCole and MJF's promo. OrangeCassidy versus Swerve. JayWhite versus RickyStarks. You want to talk about Forbidden Door? We can do that. BCC versus the Chaos, or BCC versus the Hung Bucks, or all the above. Stat versus Anna J. Don Callis' family. What do you want to talk about?
I mean, I feel like a lot of people, I feel like everybody wants to talk about most likely Collision. I feel like that's the big thing. The main event of Collision right now is like the big thing that's being announced, and everybody wants to know. And this is the first time we're going to see Samoa Joe too in a while. I don't think we've seen him in Dynamite or any type of AEW show in a minute. So should be very interesting. As you said earlier too, it's good that we're not seeing the singles match. It's good it's a 6-man tag, because they may be a little rusty, and we don't want them to go out there and So, well, yeah. So let's talk about Collision. It's in Chicago, as everybody knows. We get the return of CM Punk. Should be fun. I didn't realize it was next Saturday though. I was like, I looked at my thing. I was like, what's up? I was just like, so, boy, yeah. I'm definitely excited for it. I'm very interested to see how it works on a Saturday night though, with like the summer especially being too though, because I feel like that's gonna be the one thing about the show that might be like very like with the ratings. Is it's summer, it's June, it's nice out. Not people aren't going to want to sit inside and watch wrestling. I mean, we kind of have to, because we got to cover it. So, but like, I'd rather be outside enjoying the sun, so.
Right.
But I'm excited for the match. I'm excited to see what happens. It's always fun to see CM Punk. I don't care what anybody says about CM Punk. I'm from Chicago. I'm sure you feel the same way. He's from there. He's grew up there. Everything that like he's done, and watching him back and everything like that. I love CM Punk. So, hey. I like it.
Wear him on my sleeve, baby.
Hey,
and I will be at Collision on Saturday.
Oh, you're going? Bro, I tried to look up tickets. I really wanted to go, but they only had tickets available in the 200 lot. I was like, that's lame.
Yeah. No, yeah, I got my buddy got us some good 100 level seats, man. And then we're going to Dynamite that following Wednesday, baby.
Oh, look at you. You're just
we'll be seeing Punk, and like we go to every Dynamite that's in town, every pay-per-view, but I mean, CM Punk's gonna be there. I mean, come on, baby.
Yeah.
Come on.
That's the one thing I have not done yet, is see him live.
One day. So when you go, let me know. We'll hang out.
I got to figure something out.
Sure. So let me ask you a question before I give my opinion on this. Do you want Dynamite and Collision to be a hard brand split?
If they could do it correct, I mean, we've seen with WWE, they don't know what the hell they're doing with anything anymore. The brand split is pretty much, it's there, but it's not there, and it's kind of, like it is what it is. I mean, I would like it for the specific fact that it would give me more of a reason to watch Collision. Can't even speak. It's so what anyway. I mean, it would give me more of a reason to watch it, because it just sometimes, like with Rampage, like I just can't watch Rampage because it's so late. It's after SmackDown. I'm a little tired. I don't know. And sometimes it's just not that exciting. And sometimes I do tune in, but that's the one thing I worry about with this show, is that it's going to turn into that. But if it is separate, where it's like I'm going and it's kind of like feeling like a SmackDown or like something like that, I'm all for it, because I love wrestling. You can only handle so much wrestling. And if it's not good, it's not going to be, and that's the thing they got to do. They got to make sure they give people's attention with it, because it's going to be one of those things that it's going to be a hit or miss. It's either going to be really good, it's going to be really bad, and people are either going to watch it or they're not going to watch it. So.
Right. And you hit on a key point earlier. And first of all, what's up to everybody again in the chat?
What's
you guys
up, guys?
blowing the fucking chat
hanging out.
Throw my ones up to you. Thank you so much for being here.
My virtual background doesn't work very well.
I like your virtual background, man. You always pull it off so well. I don't even care what you say. So yeah, chat's blown up. But yeah, man, to your point, Collision, I don't expect to have huge ratings. And I know a lot of people say fuck ratings, it is what it is. I guess they don't really need ratings. They're going to anticipate this because they already got the big deal, right?
Well, yeah.
You got to know in the summer, like you said, Saturday nights in the summer, people are going to be outside barbecuing. The last thing that they're going to be doing is watching wrestling. It's not even about
unless you have a TV outside. I used to have like 5 TVs outside around my pool.
Yeah.
We'd have like the Sox game on one. We'd have like another game on the other. We'd have I mean, unless you got that, but I mean, yeah.
No, right. No, and I get that. I get that for sure, dude. But then once you get into the fall season, when you got football that starts, and you got college football on Saturdays, and then you're going to have, college basketball, and then eventually you're going to have NFL football.
Well, yeah, they announced a couple Saturday weeks where they're going to have games that be with and then isn't like Christmas and something on like a Saturday too or something.
Yep. So I don't expect, and I don't think they expect.
And that's the one thing I do hope too,
ratings
is that they don't expect it.
Right. But I think that they're going to still put on a killer show because they know people are going to DVR and they're going to go back and watch and they're going to try to do as many clicks as they can, period. And I, for one, am excited about Collision because for how long have we sat here and bitched? They don't use Miro. Where the fuck is Miro?
Oh, yeah,
they don't use Thunder Rosa right. They don't use Andrade right. They don't use FTR. They didn't use House of Black. Fucking X, Y, and Z. There are so many underused people in this company because he signed everybody after the pandemic.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. It was great. Fucking use them. He still doesn't use them.
He kind of did what Vince did. Vince got everybody, and then he didn't know what to do. He just signed everybody.
Exact same shit.
You gotta find something to do. And that's the one thing I do hope with, I do hope seeing a lot of people that we don't see because there's a lot of people that I feel like in Ring of Honor and stuff like that, like maybe if they get moved to Collision or whatever it is, or like Samoa Joe and stuff like that, like seeing them more is going to be because I love Samoa Joe. I love Punk. I love I got like Miro, Andrade, all those guys. And, I think it would just be good to see those guys at least have something to do because
fucking Hobbs. Fucking Hobbs. Do something with fucking Hobbs, man.
Yeah, we didn't even mention Hobbs. I mean, there's so many we can think of. I just can't think of them off the top of my head.
No, right. Yeah, so I'm excited for Collision. I don't think they're going to do great ratings, like I said, but again, I don't think that they need to do great ratings. I said if they float around that 500,000 mark, I think that's a solid rating right there. And at the end of the day, it's not really about TV ratings anymore as much as we all still kind of think it's about TV ratings, but we can move on. Yo, what's up, Nick? I fucking put you over hardcore to start this show, bro. This is all beautiful. That video you made was beautiful. This whole look here you made is fucking beautiful, brother. Thank you, my dude. And hey, you catch the Universal Wrestling Podcast live right here on these airwaves tomorrow night. Of course, you miss Jade. She'll be back.
Already. She's been gone for 2 weeks.
He's a Jade simp. He says it. He says it himself. All right, I'm gonna keep this train rolling, dude. I'm going with this here.
Yeah, let's go.
AdamCole, MJF. Wow. Incredible stuff by both guys.
I didn't think it was gonna go that far at first. I was like, dude, it started going directions. It started feeling like a story. I was like, whoa, I started getting like invested like last Friday with the Usos and the Blood. I was like, I forgot I was live for a minute. I'm like, wait, guys, what's up? I'm like, I'm still here.
Man,
it's so good.
Dude, it was so good. Like, I basically read the promo to you. MJF slayed the day, puts over AdamCole as a legitimate opponent. Remember, he didn't call any of his previous opponents legitimate. He kind of put Bryan over, but the three other guys that he fought his last program, he basically said, you're not worthy of me. Right away, the first thing he says to AdamCole, a worthy opponent, and then shit all over him. AdamCole's retort was solid as well. I'm fucking jacked. We're getting this match next week already. Like, it's just unexpected.
I thought it was going to be Forbidden Door. My bad. I'm sorry.
Dude, please talk away. Talk.
No, I definitely thought it would be Forbidden Door. I didn't think it would happen this fast.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, I thought maybe they're going to save it for All Out because MJF's going to say, I'm not wrestling at that Forbidden Door bullshit like he said after Double or Nothing. And I thought he was going to say, like, I'm not going overseas to wrestle at that stupid fucking All In show. You could fuck off with that too. So I thought maybe we work this all the way to All Out, and that's where we get it. And we still might. Yeah, because it's not a title match. It's just an eliminator match,
Yeah, man. Very true. We could see some type of DQ too, where something happens or MJF hits him in the, the no square, yeah. Well,
yeah, for sure. So what's your take on this program, man? You excited?
I mean, I like it. I'm definitely down for it, and I love AdamCole. And like we were saying with the promo, I love these types of promos. And AdamCole even said it when he was talking about MJF. He's like, I thought you were this promo god, and you were going to come out here and dish me and everything like this. And I think he definitely did, and it was kind of fun. I was waiting for MJF to say NXT. I was like, is he going to say NXT or is he going to say the other brand? And then he said the other brand. I was like, damn. Yeah. But even like when he said Vince and stuff like that, and it's funny how like AEW just goes all out and they don't really care what they say about anybody in WWE. If it's John, if it's Vince, if it's Hunter, if it's Nick, if it's whoever it is, they don't really care. And especially MJF. It should be really interesting to see if this guy really doesn't go to WWE or even just like talks or like even shows up at like watch him take a picture next to like the towers or the WWE towers.
That would be some fucking shit.
That would be like he's gonna be. It would just be so interesting. But I'm excited to see this. I like I said, I love Adam Cole. I love MJF, and it's good to see Adam Cole back, especially if anybody didn't watch All Access. I would definitely just check that out, just specifically for the Adam Cole story, because there's a lot of things that they go into that explain some things that they may or you may not know. That is just like makes and you get behind him more than you actually do because you just want to see him have this comeback story. So I think it's going to be really good. I don't know if he beats MJF though. I feel like that's the big thing. Does he beat MJF? Because I feel like MJF, they kind of want him to be like their Roman Reigns in a way. I don't know if he'll hold it for 1,000 days, but I feel like MJF is going to be that guy to hold it for a while. So that's the only thing is I would love to see Adam Cole win the title at some point because he has held almost every title in professional wrestling besides I think this one, and then obviously the World Heavyweight title because Vince wanted to turn him into a manager. and then he talked about that too. He said that he was Keith Lee's manager, and it was just like, man, that started bringing me back to Adam Cole and Keith Lee having those matches and everything. Oh, I love the black and gold NXT.
Dude, that was my shit. That was when I was like anti-AEW and all black and gold. I was because I was like, why is this motherfucking company like? I don't know, man.
It's so funny how like most of them now are like on AEW,
and that's why I am Mr. AEW, dude.
I like it.
Yep, because all of my black and gold family went to AEW. Plus, my boy JonMoxley's there. Is like my favorite wrestler in the world now. CMPunk fucking came back.
Man,
I eventually grew into all that.
How long they've actually been there for? Like I was thinking about that. Like I was looking up old pay-per-views, and the fact that it's been around for this long already, it's kind of crazy. It's like, damn, like.
Yeah, they kept talking about tonight how next week's going to be the place. There was their original Dynamite was there. Oh. The first women's champion was crowned there. Right. Fucking insane, bro. But I was thinking with this, I did think that Adam Cole was going to be the guy to dethrone MJF. I didn't think that they would do it until like full gear. I think they could pull the trigger now, though. I think they can pull the trigger now. Not now, not anytime soon, but in September. At All Out. It won't be at All In or Forbidden Door. It'll be at All Out. I don't think he's going to have to run through trials and tribulations like everyone else. I don't know how it lasts till All Out. I actually had no idea how the 4-pillar program was going to last so long. I thought that was going to be like a quick thing, So yeah, I'm intrigued to see where it goes. And after tonight's promo, I'm fucking excited to see where it goes.
And that's the one thing is I'm excited. And it's one of those things where I like both guys. So I just want to see them go out there and have a great match. And obviously, like I want Adam Cole to win, but MJF's that guy you love to hate. Like you just become that guy like that you hate him, but at the same time you love him. So
yeah, man. Me and my wife were sitting there tonight. We're huge Adam Cole marks, and like we both like, I don't hate MJF by any means. We love to hate him, and we're sitting there like, God, we just fucking hate this guy. We just hate him. And then he's just like digging in, and we're like, oh, we hate you. So good. Damn, that was so good. Like
the stuff that comes out of his mouth is just so fantastic, and it's just so great because he is still so young. The fact that this man could really be around for such a long time, and that like if he really does keep his body in shape the way that he says he does and everything. And like, it could be really crazy to think we're like, you never know anything is possible. I mean, we never knew it could happen with Cody, but what if he does have this run with AEW and then 10 years from now, we're talking about him having a run in another company. Like that's something that possibly could happen if it's not WWE or like, you never know.
He's only 30 because he'd only be 34, dude. It's crazy, man.
It's like how young some of these people are. I think a lot of these people forget. Like that's why I like a lot of people like NXT, but I like NXT for that reason. Like you're seeing these people come up from like 20, 22 years old, and like they're that young. Imagine what they're gonna be in like you know what I mean? Like Randy Orton was that guy back then, but you didn't see it as often as you see it now where like these guys are champions at 22, 24, 25. It's like I was sitting at like Dave and Buster's at 25, like watching Sox games. Like,
Yeah, man.
I'm doing something wrong. But yeah, I'm excited for it.
Dude, hell yeah, can't wait. I do. Let's see. Faction Cast says Ricky Starks. It won't be Andrade. He might not be with the company, but he says Ricky Starks or Andrade at Winter is coming. Ricky is a good candidate to dethrone MJF. I don't know that his booking is so subpar though. I don't know, man. I think that he's a Cody guy, and we might see Ricky in WWE sooner than we see MJF in WWE.
I mean, imagine. I mean, at least it would be better than what he did the first time he was there. You remember, I saw a picture of him in there once. It was like a jobber match or something like that, but you never know.
Yeah, it's probably before he went to NWA for sure. But all right, brother, what else we want to talk about? We got OrangeCassidy versus Swerve, JayWhite versus Ricky Starks, Forbidden Door, and the 2 matches we got, and whatever else you want on that card. We got Kris Statlander, Anna Jay, Don Callis' family, BCC versus Chaos thing.
Let's talk about Kris Statlander and Anna Jay.
All right, my dude. All right.
So I'm still kind of getting used to Jade not being here. Like he said 2 weeks. Like it's got like I don't know why. Like I feel like the pay-per-view was like a month ago. Like it feels like it was so long ago. But I'm excited to see where Kris Statlander does with this time. And I'd be happy to see her back. These injuries nowadays with these superstars also have been awful. So it's like we should you never know when any of them could get hurt. So it's got to enjoy them while they can. So it should be interesting. And as you said, this match was honestly, I thought it was longer than it was going to be. So it was a good match, and it was, so should be interesting. Jade probably won't be back till summer ends. I heard somebody say that in my chat. She probably just going to spend the whole summer with her daughter because she's been champion for so long. So I wouldn't doubt it. She'll probably be back. Probably, as you said, like All In. Watch that, or is it All Out, All In? I get confused.
Probably the Chicago one. I don't know. I mean, maybe she'll go work overseas.
But whichever one it is. But yeah, I feel like that's when we probably will see her again. But it was a good match. It was definitely a good way to see Statlander and Anna Jay go out there and,
Yeah, man, it was cool to see 2 AEW original women go out there and do their thing. Anna Jay is so much improved from when she started. She used to be unwatchable, like robotically unwatchable. And now she's smooth. She flows. She goes really well. And I would even say it's because she's in there with such a pro like Statlander. But like I said earlier, Anna Jay was the one who was on the offense for most of the match. So it was nice to see her progression inside the ring. Enjoyable match. It really was. I wish we didn't get a 4-minute fucking commercial, but everything around that was really nice. Taya Valkyrie being backstage, like vehemently looking into the monitor. We're going to get Kris Statlander. We're probably going to get a heel Taya Valkyrie. Now, I have 2 questions for you. One, Stat probably keeps the belt. It's more of a comment that you'll probably agree with. 2, originals versus outcasts. I said like a month and a half ago when she first got there, Taya Valkyrie, she's got to be on the outcast team. We got to get a 5-on-5 match. She's got to be on the outcast team. I originally said Jade is the TBS champion, has got to be an original to combat Taya. But motherfucker, this all just worked itself out so smoothly to where Kris Statlander now could be on the originals team with DMD and Sheeta and Jamie Hayter. Hell, if Hayter's out, she can even replace Hayter. And now you got Taya Valkyrie, another legitimate star on the outsiders with Saraya and Tony and Ruby. So 2 questions. Kris Statlander versus Taya. Who wins that match? And do you want to see them mixed up into this outsiders original story?
Well, Kris Statlander, I think, would win that match, yeah. Because I feel like Kris Statlander, I feel like they are going to try to maybe make her title reign a little bit longer, like maybe make it a little bit meaningful. I mean, you gotta keep the title, I mean, to where it's at. It is semi-prestigious. I mean, it is kind of a mid-card title for the women or whatever. But I mean, with Jade holding it as long as she did and everything, the title still feels like it's no like 24/7 nonsense or some like random ass title that they got. So it should be very interesting. And as you said that, the only thing I could think about is you're absolutely right with her joining the outsiders, because again, she was also in WWE too. So it's kind of like that thing too, because she's also married to Johnny Drip, Johnny Morrison, Johnny Elite, Johnny WWE, Johnny whatever day it is of the week.
Johnny MLW, Johnny Lucha.
Yeah, all the Johnnies. So I think that would be good. And you said it perfectly. She fits in where she could just take the rights of the originals and everything. And were you the one that said blood and guts?
Long ago.
Were you
long
ago? I was listening.
Yep.
I think it must have been your show, and somebody said blood and guts, and I was like, I was thinking about that, and so I mean, I think that would be definitely really interesting. I love these like faction warfares. I don't know about anybody else, but I love like it's so fun to see, and it's nice to see these women actually have some type of rivalries. That yes, the titles are semi-involved, but they're not. And I say it all the time on my show. I wish some of the women in WWE, AEW, where you could just have rivalries that don't have titles, that could just have like faction rivalries or like this and that, because that's what it gives people other things to do if you're not going to introduce titles or if you're not going to make a title meaningful or anything like that. So
right, you do it with the men all over the place. Why can't you do it with the women? And this right here is the huge biggest announcement out there right now. The Bloodline Entertainment Network, our boy, the devious one, the Professor Ivan, will be making his grand return back to these airwaves, healthy. I hope, my guy, on Circle of Debate Sunday. Can't wait. Cannot wait to tune in live for the Circle of Debate show and see that man live again. Yes, Kofi. Weeks and we live, baby. What's good, dog? What is good? And yeah, we know KPG. You're the leader of the J Cargo fan club. We know. But man, I'm excited what they're doing with this women's division. We got a glimpse of the Outsiders versus Original story to end the night with Tony and Ruby cutting a promo on the who will win the Fatal 4-Way and what Tony will do to them next week. Bro, it's got to be Sky Blue, right? It's Sky Blue versus DMD versus Mercedes Martinez versus Nyla Rose. It's got to be Sky Blue, right?
I said Britt Baker.
So you just think they go with the superstardom? Like you just think they roll with the superstardom?
I mean, I would love to see Sky Blue. I love Sky Blue. She's another one too. I think that would be like Collision. I think would be good for her to see maybe if she goes there, if she doesn't get, because we see these people on like Rampage and stuff. And I sometimes just forget about Rampage because after SmackDown, I'm a little, like I'm tired. I just I can't turn wrestling on right away.
And it's an awful show. No. It's just an awful show.
Yeah. So I mean, but honestly, I mean, that's who I think is going to win is one of these two. I think it's going to be DMD or Sky Blue. But I feel like if they're going to go and they want to see like a match of like high power or star power, I feel like they would do DMD. But the more and more I think about it, I feel like you're right with Sky Blue because I feel like they're going to want to put Tony over more. And Sky Blue's great in the ring, but she's one of those girls that we obviously know isn't going to win the title. And with Britt, it might be, so I think you could be right with Sky Blue on that one.
Yeah, just looking at what Britt's done, obviously she's still the focal point of the whip. I mean, she really is.
Always will be. She'll always be that number. She'll be the Trish Stratus where
the Charlotte Flair. She will always be that. But even right now, as I say that, she's really not. She's there. She's a focal point of the OGs versus Outcasts. I guess she was involved with the Jericho feud. But she's not the main point of the women's division. She's not the world champion. She ain't making that about her. Well, so that's what Tony Storm said multiple times over the last few weeks at Forbidden Door. I want to fight New Japan's Sky Blue. Go to whatever fucking dojo you want. Find New Japan's Sky Blue. Bring him to me in Canada. I'm going to beat that ass back to Japan. Those are pretty much verbatim her words. So I'm thinking Sky gets the upset because the Outsiders get involved. Ruby fucks with Britt. Sky gets the win. She probably pins Nyla Rose because Nyla could lose. She loses. That's all she does is lose. So Sky gets the win there. And then Tony versus Sky because I love the star power. We'd love to see Tony versus Britt. That's a fucking monster match. If you're trying to make this Dynamite something special, then yeah, sure, go Tony versus Britt. Absolutely. But I just think based on everything that she said over the last couple of weeks, it's going to be Tony and Sky Blue for sure.
Hey.
Yep. Yeah. Yep.
I mean, we're going to have to find out on Friday.
So you're right. Well, Tino, look at that, man. Dom thinks that he says he feels like we could just skip the Rampage match and do Britt versus Tony next weekend. So he's with you. I don't know, man. I'm if I was betting, all right, and Bakley's not here. If he was, he's setting up for MMA show, but I'll be like, give me the odds, right? If I was a betting man, which I am a betting man, but there's no odds to bet on this. I would put I would say Sky Blue is probably like 2.5 like to 1 to win the match. Like she's probably like minus 250. She's a favorite. I'm telling you, if Vegas was doing odds, Vegas would make Sky Blue the favorite.
I mean, I just feel like the only reason why Britt would win is because we talked about the star power, where if people are looking at the Dynamite card, they're going to see Britt Baker versus Toni Storm, and they might be more interested to tune it in than they see Sky Blue versus Toni Storm. So that's the only thing with Britt that I feel like why she might win. But I mean, I think with like what you said, with what Tony said and everything, I feel like Sky Blue, because Tony and Sky could go out there and have a decent match, and we all know Tony's still gonna win. So, but it should be very interesting to see what happens. But yeah, I mean, Dom's right. I mean, if they were gonna do that, I mean, he might very well have just rather said Britt and Tony and skipped it. So that might be a very good reason on why Sky Blue does pull off the win, because they didn't announce that they're having a match. So
I like that. All right, man. We got about 10, 14 minutes to go here. We got a couple more topics we can talk about. We can talk about what's going on with OrangeCassidy, Swerve, and all those guys. We can talk about what's going on with BulletClub Gold and RickyStarks. We can talk about Forbidden Door and those two matches, or BCC.
I was talking about those two matches, because those two matches are insane. Like we were saying earlier, like the fact that those were even announced, I had to take a double check. I'm like, is that from last year? I'm like, that's the same type of picture that they used I'm like, is that real? Is this because I could go out there and make one like John Cena versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania next year, and somebody's good, so you never know. But man, those two matches official is going to be so great. And I'll be honest, I was that person that I really didn't know too much of the New Japan guys until last year's Forbidden Door. I had to go back and watch them, like WillOspreay and stuff like that. But since then, and then seeing Forbidden Door last year, and now watching as much as I do of everything, it's going to be insane to watch like Bryan versus Okada and Kenny versus Will, and it's going to be insane. And those are matches that we don't like, that we think about that we could see, and it's like those are matches we play on like 2K. I feel like sometimes, so it should be.
Those are matches that I asked for last year, and when it was in Chicago when we were there, that we didn't get because the whole damn roster was fucking injured. I feel like
there was a lot of people hurt last year.
The whole roster was hurt. It was wild, bro. You couldn't even book it. He did book it really chaotically and kind of like shit. But the show was fucking fantastic. Arguably the show of the year. And if you haven't seen WillOspreay versus Kenny Omega at Wrestle Kingdom this year, go back and fucking watch it. Arguably match of the year. But dude, when they announced, they didn't announce, when WillOspreay beat Lance Archer, which was a solid 8-minute match at Dominion, like very fast-paced, hard-hitting match. Omega or Ospreay, they said, I'm fucking coming for you, Kenny, at Forbidden Door. And I'm not only coming for you, Kenny, I'm coming to take the IWGP US Championship back to Japan, and I'm going to fight all of Canada when I do it. And I'm like, let's fucking go, because fuck Kenny Omega and the Elite. So I'm like, let's fucking go, baby. And then Bryan, after the BCs, Mox and Claudio and Shooter lost to Okada, Tanahashi, and Ishii, Moxley goes, Okada, we're not done with you. The world's greatest wrestler has a message for you. And that's when Bryan appears on the Tron, and he's like, fucking, you're coming to the desert. There's no rain in the desert. And Okada gets on the mic, and he goes, there's rain everywhere I go. And I'm like, oh my God, let's fucking go, dude. Just incredible. Those two matches alone have show of the year potential, and everything else they're going to do. I can't wait. We're probably going to get FTR against Bishamon. There's going to be a rematch. That's Hiroki Goto and Yoshihashi. They're the IWGP tag team champions, and now New Japan Strong champions as well. They won both of those tag belts, and they also beat FTR at Wrestle Kingdom to start the year. So I'd anticipate we're going to get a rematch of that at Forbidden Door as well, which would be dope. And I don't know. I was gonna say Mercedes might be doing something.
Yeah, but I mean, I've heard I just listened to the new Matt Hardy episode, the Extreme Life of Matt Hardy, and John Alba asked him, he's like, "Do you see Mercedes coming for like Forbidden Door? Like that would be so crazy. Like that's another thing. Like the fact that like Sasha Mercedes was just in WWE, the boss and everything, and now she's doing all like that's like the fact like we were talking about MJF. Like that's how crazy like the world. Like you just really never know. Like. Who would have said 3-4 years ago Sasha Banks would be Mercedes Moné in New Japan right now? Nobody. I think she'd be a 5 more time women's champion by now, main event in WrestleMania. But
Bro, if you would have said
never
4
know.
years ago that I'm gonna be sitting here talking about another wrestling promotion that I like leaps and bounds better than
Please don't,
WWE.
we can't have any more, bro. I can only handle 2. I can't handle a third.
Well, we can't. There won't be another. Well, you got these 2, and then like New Japan's a nice third, and
Yeah.
you got Impact as well.
Well,
but like,
yeah.
there's two big dogs, and there will never be a third. I never thought there'd be a second.
I mean,
but
that is true. I
the
didn't even
way
think
it came about, it'll never happen again.
No.
A billionaire with a wrestling mind or wrestling passion, and a couple of guys, aka one guy, Cody Rhodes, with a real fucking business mindset, who drove it, and a couple of douchebags who had some friends to bring wrestlers along with them.
I mean, that's what it's all about. You need a couple friends and some money. I mean,
that's all it's about, baby.
That's literally.
That's it.
That's. I feel like that's how a lot of these businesses get started. Look at Logan Paul. He's got a few of his friends, and they just like, man,
That's it for sure. Let's see what else we got. Let's get one other thing. 2 things. Fuck it. It's kind of the same thing, but they're different things.
Hey,
Bullet Club Gold. Do you think the Guns or your ass boys are a part of that stable now? And Don Callis' family.
They might be. They very well might be, and that's what they did. Like the fact that the Guns is being used the way that they are and as much as they are is like still kind of crazy to me too, because like
they're great.
Like they really
they're
like
great.
they really have like I didn't think I'd like them at first. Like I don't know if you ever did. Did you ever watch that show a few years ago? It might have been during the right after the pandemic that he went on.
No.
He went on this like list.
Yes, my wife watched it. Yes. Well, it's a reality show. He was like on a farm, right?
Huh?
Was he on a farm or something?
Yeah, see, I'm that guy. I watch all of those. So, when he came on there and everything, and like realizing that he was Billy Gunn's son and everything, and when he showed up in AEW with his brother and everything, it's like everything that he's done, and like from what I saw, and him acting like an idiot on that show, to him being like this guy that can get over and be a bad guy and everything. It's so cool to see because he is like they're kind of making a way for themselves, kind of out of their dad's shadow. And that's the one thing I kind of like is like when you think of the Gun, you think of the ass boys. You're not thinking of Billy Gunn, and you kind of are somewhat, but I mean, they're still kind of like getting out there, and it should be very interesting. And I like seeing people like this. They come out, they build themselves up. When we were talking about like originals, like seeing the originals come up and now seeing Kris as a champion and seeing like, like even seeing Tony as a champion after she got screwed in WWE, because she was another one I thought would be a future champion. Seeing her as champion is cool. So I'm enjoying the Guns, and I think that they are a part of that. And with this faction warfare, it's just one of those things that I love it. And we talked about earlier. I love seeing like sides guys going after each other, and the BCC and the Elite and these guys and that guys, and I love it. So
love it, dude. And yeah, they've really built themselves up. The feud with the Acclaimed, the feud with their dad. Like KPG just said, he feels like they're going to win the trio titles with their dad, but have no direction right now. Now that's interesting because clearly Billy and the Acclaimed are not going to beat the House of Black. No. They keep telling this story that Billy needs to win the trios title or another title before he retires, thus being the trios title. I like that. That's a good possibility. Maybe it is with his sons instead of the Acclaimed.
I feel like that would only make sense, right? You want to go out as champion with your sons. Like, that'd be a cool moment. I'm sure we'd get a confetti display and everything. What's up, the Universal Wrestling Podcast?
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Yo, so I'm all down. Let me see. My bad. I thought it was still up. I'm all down with this, dude. I'm all down with the Guns joining Bullet Club Gold. It gives them fucking something to do that's not the firm or whatever it is. Like Ethan Page joins the Hardys. You got this right here. New character change with the Hardys. But bro, I was like, he isn't fucking. He's teaming with Big Bill and Lee Moriarty on Rampage. So what the fuck? It's so confusing.
The only thing I could say about anything is I just love seeing the Hardy Boys on TV. The fact that they're still doing anything in 2023, and people can say what they want about Jeff, but I love Jeff, Matt, the Hardy Boy. Like, they'll always be my favorite tag team, and I don't care what they're doing. And the fact they just did that deletion match again on Rampage, I thought was really good. And they got out of the Ethan Page contract and all that nonsense. So I mean, it should be very interesting to see. And Matt Hardy has said that he loves to work with all these guys. So it's really cool just to see you know.
Yo, yeah, Matt Hardy doing a great job putting young talent over for sure, helping elevate them. Lee Moriarty does fucking need a character, fucking huge time, big.
Yeah, they need
time.
to figure.
This is a smoking fucking hot layout, Nick.
Yeah, I need to. Where can I get this at? Where do I get the hook up at?
Oh,
do I gotta? Where you got the people, bro?
Oh yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. You get your guys in touch with my guys or something. Well, but no, Lee Moriarty needs a character change for sure. He'd be cool fucking in black and gold, man. He'd be dope as fucking black and gold.
Oh, there's some people I feel like there's a lot.
I wanted Big Bill to join black and gold tonight, dude. So it's kind of ironic. Oh man, I'm sick in the head. Now that I'm thinking about this, all the 4 members of the firm would be dope in fucking black and gold. The Guns, Big Bill, and Lee Moriarty would all be kind of tight in the firm. Or in black and gold. That's crazy. Crazy.
It is crazy. You just really never know. You just don't.
Yo, so on that same note, then it's kind of ironic. We're talking about the stables, right? So we're talking about black and gold. We're talking about Don Callis' family. He said this multiple times now. Family. He's not going to join the BCC. He's not BCC. I never thought he was BCC with Takeshita. They might team together at some point. Like they might align together to fight the Elite when Ibushi shows up. But who do you want in Don Callis' family with Takeshita? You've said multiple times on the show you love gang warfare, faction warfare. I love faction warfare myself. Who do you want to see join Konosuke Takeshita and Don Callis?
I mean, who would that's the question. Who would really join Don? I feel like I don't know, at the top of my head, I really can't think of anybody that would really want to join. I mean, I don't know. Who would really want to join Don? I wouldn't want to join Don. So I mean, I feel like that, who do you think it would be?
So I think some weird fucked up thing happens where where Aussie Open joins him. So hear me out. I think that Don Callis and Konosuke Takeshita are going to help WillOspreay win the IWGP United States Championship at Forbidden Door. But I don't think WillOspreay is going to like the fact that Don Callis helped him win the belt, as he's going to say, I'm the best fucking wrestler in the world. I didn't need your help. I should have beat Okada. Aussie Open is a part of the United Empire. I think that maybe that causes some sort of rift where Aussie Open turns on WillOspreay, pushing United Empire full-blown faces, and which they pretty much already are, and Aussie Open full-blown heels, which they pretty much already are in AEW ROH. Takeshita with Aussie Open, that's beautiful. Maybe give him some beef like Big Bill. I know I mentioned him twice, but that man needs a stable. He needs a mouthpiece. That's what he
needs to find somewhere to place, because I feel like with him, he's been in so many different things that he just doesn't we need to find somewhere just for him to fit in and just sit, just find his footing.
Yeah, right. I know, and it's stupid to say he needs to find a faction where he and Malcolm Bivens fucking or Stokely Hathaway talking for him and shit. But that the firm was just stupid because they fucked up after the first day. The first night it was dope, and then it was fucking stupid. As soon as they started feuding with MJF, over with. It ruined everything.
Well, it didn't make any sense because they helped him win the thing, and then they it just I don't know.
No sense.
Very confusing.
What's up, Travis, man? Thanks for tuning in, dude. How you feel about Stable coming back all in wrestling? Yo, I love having stables all over wrestling, man. We talked about this. It's a huge reason why I like New Japan, because it's faction warfare all over the place. Why I love the Attitude Era, because there's faction warfare all over the place. And now AEW is literally, it's just fucking
that's literally women, all it is. Everything there's literally you could put a faction together with 5 people that are just walking together. In reality, you really could. I mean, like Sammy and Tay, and then you just put Anna and Jungle Boy, and there's somebody else.
Yes,
it's just
yes.
There's just so many factions they can come up with, and
I love it, dude.
Fun to see. I do. Speaking of fact, I hope, and we talked about Undisputed. I hope we see Bobby Fish. I hope we see Kyle O'Reilly back at some point. I want to see them go, and it's good to see Roderick Strong do something that wasn't being used in NXT for whatever reason and for however long. So it's good, but I still want to see a few guys come back, because it's always good to see.
Would love to see Bobby Fish back. Big Undisputed Era fan. The 4 of them together. I'd love to see them at some point. Roderick Strong is my dude. He has looked incredible. Kyle O'Reilly, speedy recoveries from that neck surgery for sure, and welcome back. or get back soon. Tino,
what's up?
Thank you for coming on
no
the
problem.
AEW Dynamite review show with your boy TK. It's on the screen. Let the people know where they can find you.
Well, as you can see, you can find me on Tino's Time 1996. You can also find me on Tino's Time Wrestling. You can find me on the Southside Boys 23 on Twitter. Southside Boys taking over the baseball game. We're going to be live tomorrow for episode number 12. White Sox are doing good the last week, so that's good. We got a doubleheader against the Yankees tomorrow. Everybody, if anybody is in New York, I do want to say stay safe out there because it did not look pretty in New York. So I saw a few pictures from some athletes and some White Sox, Yankee players, a couple YouTubers. Stay safe out there. But yeah, we'll be live tomorrow. You can find me on Tino's Gaming 2023 on Twitch or on all the social medias. I'm live every day. I'll be live twice tomorrow. I appreciate you having me on for the first time, man. Been looking forward to coming on your show. So happy to be here, and thank you everybody in the chat for commenting and being here at 9-10 o'clock, wherever you all may be. So it's good. It's a nice show to recap. Sometimes some of these shows I forget, so it's nice to recap them sometimes.
Dude, you're fucking awesome. Anytime you want to come back and hang out with me on the Bloodline Entertainment Network, you are more than welcome, dude. I appreciate you so very much for fucking coming on with me, and I appreciate the chat. The chat was blowing up tonight. Kenneth, thanks for tuning in, man. He says it's the family is an homage to the Heenan family. Now, that is interesting. And Bobby Heenan mark, something I can get behind. What if he becomes the AEW or the Sonny Ono of AEW, starts pulling a pipeline of New Japan talent? Very interesting.
I mean, that is going to be the one thing. That's what I'm saying is, like, who is he going to do get it? And like some of the names you were saying, like, made sense. And it was like, those were not the names I was thinking.
Open and Aussie Open makes sense, as well as this man who's a United Umpire with Aussie Open, Jeff Cobb. Wow. Great point. Love it. Appreciate every one of you.
We haven't seen Parker. And I feel like we saw Parker like 3 times, and then that was it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's the roster, bro. It's the roster. You know how they do.
Well, that's why hopefully Collision helps, though. Hopefully we see some of these guys a little bit more and some of these ladies, and nice flow of wrestling every week. You know, that's gonna help.
It's gonna help big time separating that roster, no doubt. Tino, thank you again, man. I really appreciate you.
Anytime
for tuning in, and thank you guys to all of you in the chat who tuned in. Thank you to everyone who's gonna listen for listening. I appreciate you guys so very much. And if you're still watching, hit that like button. Please hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. That's the most important part. You get more TK and everything else we do on the Bloodline Entertainment Network, including
you gotta get you to 1K, man. Gotta get you there.
We'll get there. We'll get there. But we got big stuff coming up, including like 8 minutes from now when the MMA show is going right behind us, talking UFC 289. And like I always say, you don't just need to watch us. If you want to listen, you can listen. Search the Bloodline Entertainment Network. Put it in your Google search bar. You can hear us on Spreaker, Spotify, Apple Music, everywhere you can find your audio. And when you do that, BloodlineNetwork.com is going to pull up for all your sports, wrestling, entertainment, all of our video, all of our audio, everything we do in one spot. BloodlineNetwork.com. Again, I appreciate all y'all for tuning in. Tino, I appreciate you greatly for coming on. Your boy, TK. Boom!